Hey yogi, welcome to my Happy Hips 15-minute yoga class. I prepared a class, a flow to open the hips, to release some tension and to move into our hip muscles. Everything you need today is a couple of blocks, maybe a pillow, a big one, and yourself. Grab everything you need and I meet you right back on your yoga mat. Let's go! So we start today's class in an easy cross sitting position. Make sure your sit bones are rooted, so you really sit upright. Roll the shoulders back, your hands can rest on your knees. Close your eyes just for a moment. Allow yourself to tune into your body, into your breath. These 15 minutes are just for you. It's your time, it's your break during or after a busy day. Bring your awareness, your focus to your breathing. And notice how your breath feels today. Does it feel free and wild and have enough space? Or do you feel a little bit tight in your upper body, in your chest? Whatever feeling, sensation occurs, just let it come to you. Notice it without any judgment. Just stay with your breathing. In and out through the nose. Breathe into your belly. And out through the lungs, through the nose. A couple more breaths here. Then gently start to blink your eyes open. And we focus today really on our hips. What we do first, and what I love to do, is just to bring some movement into our hip joints. So bend your right knee, place your right hand on your right knee for protection, and grab your right foot with your left hand. So we do some movements here. You draw some circles in your hip joint, in your knee, and in your foot. Wiggle your toes, bring some movement in. Very good. Try to sit really upright, move from left to right. Really good. All right. So, next thing is you hold on to your right foot with both hands, and you see I'm bringing my right arm over my right shin bone. I hold it here. I turn sideways so you can face it better. I move back and forth. All right? It's like a bow and arrow. I'm sitting upright, moving back and forth. All right, just a few times. Keep the knee as bent as much as you need to. Okay, so hold the foot here. We move into, I know what the pose is called, but like rocking your baby. So you can hold onto your foot with your left hand and have your knee here. If this is easy for you, bring your right foot into your elbow, arm creased here. Right knee into your right elbow. Interlace the fingers, sit upright and rock your shin bone like a baby from left to right. And we're really opening into our hips here. Move from left to right. Try not to round your back. Roll the shoulders back, sit upright. Inhale. And exhale, gently release your right leg down. All right, so straight into the other side. Take your left knee with your left hand for protection. Grab your left foot with your right hand and start to move. Move your feet. Maybe the toes, the knee, move your hip in the joint. Up and down and all around. Change the direction. Breathe and sit upright. Very good. Just to mobilize all of our joints. Very good. And now I grab for my left foot with my left hand and I'm moving my left arm over my shin bone. Grab with both hands for my left foot. Again, I turn sideways so you can see it. And I'm moving forward and backwards. And instead of rounding the spine, I'm engaging my core, sitting upright, forward and backwards. Whee. Okay, just a few more breaths here. Bend the knee as much as you need to. If you can straighten your leg, that's great. If you want to keep it bent, keep it bent. Just a little bit more. One breath. And then come back. We bring our left foot either in our right hand, for rocking the baby, or if this is too easy for you, bring your left foot into your arm crease, interlace the fingers, hold your leg like a baby, and rock from side to side. From left to right, sit upright. For 3, 2, and on 1, gently release your foot back to the floor. We come into a tabletop position. I'm turning sideways so you can see me. And you inhale here, open your chest, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, round your spine like a cat. Press the mat away. Just some gentle movements for our spine. Inhale. Exhale to round. One more round. Inhale. Press your heart forward, roll the shoulders back, and then exhale, round your spine. Navel towards your spine. And you find your downward facing dog from here. Push the hips all the way up and back. Find movement. You can bring your tippy toes, come into tippy toes and push one heel by the other into the mat. One by one. Arms are long. And the shoulders are away from the ears. Head is in between your arms. And then find stillness in your downward facing dog. Very deep inhale. And deep exhale. Come onto your tippy toes. Your right foot lifts up to the ceiling. Hips in one line. Exhale, right knee comes to your right upper arm. Shift the weight forward and place your right foot next to your right hand for lizard lunge. The back leg is long and straight. You move forward and backwards. I love to have some movement in my stretches so I can tune into a deeper stretch. Your left hip flexor is straight and comes into the stretch here. One more inhale. And when you exhale, you bring your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Big step to the front for Malasana squat. You sit low here. If you feel this is quite tough for beginning of class, you can just come up into an active squat or you roll the mat below your heels. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, arms up. We come up to standing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, we go back down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands to the floor. Lift your bum up. Right foot makes a big step to the back of your mat. Lizard lunge, left side. Move here, forwards and backwards. Keep the legs straight, the back one. Shoulders away from each other. Press the mat away. Deep inhale. And then step back, high plank. Chaturanga, with or without knees. Elbows 90 degrees. Press the back of the feet into the mat. Upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. One breath here. Deep exhale. Inhale, lift the right leg up to the ceiling. And again, right knee comes to the outside of your right upper arm. Place the right foot next to your right hand for a lizard lunge. This time, bring your left knee to the floor. You can even come a A little bit lower on your forearms if you like. We stay for 3, 2, and on 1, come up, back on your hands, and you roll onto the outer side of your right foot. Foot is flex. Bring the weight into your left hand, and your right hand comes to your right inner thigh. Open your hip here. Deep inhale. Exhale, open. One more. Inhale. Exhale, release here. Very good. And from here we move back into our downward facing dog. So lift the back leg, downward facing dog. We stay on our right side. So our right leg comes back up again. Inhale. Exhale, this time right knee into your chest. And the foot comes in between your hands. Very good. Inhale, come all the way up. High lunge. And you open into a warrior 2. Very good. Widen your stance if you need to. Warrior 2 here. Straighten the front leg. Pivot the toes inwards. So both of the toes are facing inwards. Hands to your hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge from the hips forward. You can place the hands in between your feet. So fingers and feet should be in one line. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, fold forward. Keep your long spine. Deep inhale and exhale to fold a little bit deeper. Use a block if you need to, but keep the length of the spine. With your next inhale, halfway lift, bend the knees, bring the hands to the hips and roll all the way back up. Right foot is facing forward again. We come into a side angle pose. Bend the front leg deeply. Right forearm to your right upper thigh. And your left hand draws the circle. And you reach all the way up and forward. And your long line from your back foot up to your hand. Shoulder away from the ear. Inhale. Exhale, look down. Come up into your warrior 2. Hands to the floor. High plank vinyasa. Chaturanga, go deep. In your upward facing dog, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Very good. We move straight into the left side. Inhale. Left leg comes all the way up. Left knee to the outside of your left upper arm. Place the foot next to your left hand for a lizard lunge. Inhale. Lower the right knee to the floor. We stay here. Come into your forearms. Deep inhale. Exhale, you can also come into your blocks, so it's a middle height. One deep inhale. And then come back up onto your hands. Roll onto the outside of your left foot. Open your hip. All right. Weight into the right hand. Left hand comes to the inside of your left thigh. Open here. Push your heart away from your knee. Inhale. Exhale, stay. Last breath. And then gently release. Close the hip. Hands to the floor. Find your downward facing dog. Left foot comes back to the right foot. Again, inhale, left leg up to the ceiling. Tippy toes, left knee comes into your chest, foot in between your hands. Forward high lunge. Inhale, come all the way up. And open into a warrior 2. In your warrior 2, widen your stance so you can sit low, arms long. I'm turning around so you can see me. Sit low. And again, straighten the front leg, but this time, turn your right foot a little more outwards. So we come into a squatting position. Hands to your hips, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend the knees, sit low in your goddess pose. We bring the hands to the inside of our thighs, sit lower, even lower, a little bit, elbows bent, and then you push one shoulder forward. You look over your left, right shoulder come forward, look over the left, inhale, exhale, come back, inhale here. Exhale, left shoulder forward, right shoulder back, inhale. Exhale back. Come all the way up to standing. Inhale. Left foot to the front. Sit low, warrior two. Left forearm to your left upper thigh. The right arm draws the circle for your side angle pose. Look into your right hand. Inhale. Strong core. Exhale, look down. Come up into your warrior two. Hands to the floor. Vinyasa, high plank. Lower with control in your upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Very good. Deep inhale and deep exhale. Bring your knees to the floor. Sit back on your heels. Last pose, almost last pose. We come into a frog pose. You can use your pillow if you like to. First, I show you how to come into the pose. You start in a tabletop position. Move the knees to left and right. Feet are following. You can stay in any stage you like. I recommend to bring the knees as much as you can, as you feel comfortable. Use a pillow below your hips. Feet are wider than your knees. Knees are in one line with your hips. Lower to your forearms and stay here for a couple of breaths. Deep inhale, deep exhale. It's one of my favorite poses. It's a love-hate relationship, I think, for most of us. But it's so beneficial and great to open your hips. So we stay a few more breaths here. With every exhale, release the tension in your hip muscles. Sink a little bit deeper. And then very slowly, bring the heels together again. Move slowly. I recommend bring the heels together first. Come into your hands. And then bring the knees together. Remove your bolster. And find the child's pose on your mat. Bring the knees together. Sit back to your heels. Lower your head to the floor. 5 breaths here. Allow your hips, hip flexors and outer hip muscles to relax and release here. Give it some counterbalance. And when you feel ready, roll your way up into a seat on your mat. I hope you enjoyed this class. It's a very quick hip opening class. If you don't want to miss any more classes, please subscribe to my channel. I love to see you next time. Namaste.